gosh, we're back.
You know, I bet people thought we were, like, feuding or, like, there was some behind the scenes
Some
nonsense.
drama.
Nah, nah.
No, just
Life
got stuff
happens.
happening. Yeah.
Sometimes one of
S-
us is working late, we're both working late,
We're
one doesn't
sick.
feel well, one's
Yep.
sick. That's all. And we have a
Yeah.
rule. It's like, be honest, if you're not feeling up to it, if you know you're working late, just call it. And we're just like,
Yeah.
"I get it. I get it. That's it."
Honestly, I feel like we're so open in that conversation where I'm like, if you literally are just like, I don't want to deal with this,
Yeah.
let's not do it.
Yeah.
Because anyone watching right now, which we appreciate everyone in the chat right now, everyone who watches this,
Yes.
but it's not as fun for you, I'm sure, if we were like, we hate this, So just want to go on here, have a nice time. And if it's
That's it.
not right for it, it's not right for it.
Right. Sometimes, especially when we're not feeling well, that's
The
I don't know,
worst.
the
Yeah.
worst. So, yeah.
Well, right off the bat, I'd like to thank our sponsor. I'm just kidding. You're like,
Advil.
whoa.
Advil cold and sinus.
That's funny. Which I have been sick. I am feeling better, but I
Good.
gotta tell you, I know the weather's been crazy where you are because the
Yeah.
snow and then the not. Same
Yeah.
here. It's been stormy here all day.
Yeah.
It's like, and every time hits my sinuses, my
I
allergies
know.
go
It really
crazy.
gets you.
I hate it.
Yeah, it started to rain here right when I was like leaving work pretty much it started to drizzle. I was like, I had no idea, but I wasn't paying attention to anything today, so.
Understandable.
Yeah. But like what was it recently? I was like I sent pictures in our group chat. I'm like, it was freaking snowing
Oh
here.
yeah.
And you guys were like, "What?"
Yeah, we're like, it's sunny
Yeah.
outside. What's
Yeah.
happening? It's crazy. My dad's calling us the true dynamic duo.
Thanks, Larry.
That's funny. Hello, Danny. You'll find out what
Adventures.
adventures await.
Yeah, I mean,
So
we
many
have some
adventures.
stuff. I'm actually thinking of I think our discussion on that one audiobook is gonna be great.
Oh, I look forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have a mutual audiobook in common. That'll be fun to talk about. Hello, James, with
What's
the
up,
great
James?
cat emoji. Hello, Chris. Chris, you've been reading
Chris.
some good stuff I've seen on Goodreads. It's been very exciting. I think
Chris is
recently
always reading good stuff.
he's always reading good stuff. And then was it Cat? I think Cat Bat he recently read and also loved, and I loved that.
Oh,
So I love to see that.
yes.
Now, if you work for AT&T, we want you on the ball no matter what. Yeah, my phone was hit with the AT&T outage
Mm,
today. The majority of the day, I didn't have any service. So, but it's
yeah,
back.
I was lucky. And there was at work there were a couple people around me who also had AT&T, but they weren't affected. So I don't really understand today,
It's
but
weird, and because I had some people work who had Verizon who were affected too.
oh
It's
yeah,
just
and you
like,
asked me. I'm like,
yeah, you're like, I
"What's
don't have.
wrong?"
Yeah, I was like, I think it's everything. I don't know. Hello, good to be here.
Marissa's here.
Cat Bat was such a cute book. I'm glad you love it
Ah,
too. I love it.
very
That's
cool.
one I read from the library, and I'm kind of like, I want to own that. Like, it was just
Yeah,
delightful.
yeah. I have to get myself I haven't been to the library in a little bit. That's not like
I
me.
haven't either.
Yeah.
I have zero checkouts. What's
Um,
happening?
I'm surprised they're not checking in on you,
I honestly,
because everything like a
give me a
wellness
call.
check. Yeah.
Like, what's going on? Well, it's funny you say that because there's been some holds that have come in, and I've just let lapse because I know it's been February's the reading drought month. I have
That's
not
okay.
read a lot,
That's okay.
so
It happens.
um in our house, Chris's mom's phone was unaffected while mine was. It was so
Oh,
weird.
wow.
Weird. Hello, Kane.
What's up,
Good to see
Kane?
you. Well, you mentioned the audiobook. Should we start with your slides? Because I'm
Okay,
looking
sure.
forward to them.
Sure,
Okay.
sure, sure. Yeah, because it will
Ooh, look at you being cozy. You were like, it's snowing. We've got to bring this
it's
back.
snowing, and then meanwhile today I was, like, on the train, I'm like, "I'm so hot."
I love that. Oh,
Okay,
okay. Hold on. I love that you just screenshot it from Goodreads.
listen, this
I
is
love it.
this is all I could do this week. I'm like,
I love it.
I wanna participate, but I don't have the energy to, like, do it up, so this will have to do. Let's all
I
keep
love
in
it.
mind these are not my ratings. It's the overall rate. I mean, I don't need to explain that, but
Well, your rating is to the left. It's 3 stars,
you
and
know,
the top
thank goodness you're here.
left
Yes.
under Kindle, it's 3 stars, and then the top is the overall rating, yeah.
Yeah, like I was saying, everyone. So my rating is underneath the Kindle price, and the top one is the overall rating. So, so I continued through Marvel Unlimited, reading Fantastic Four number 3. Don't worry, I know you see 3 stars. Let's remember 3 stars means I liked it. This issue didn't grab me as much, but still enjoyed it. Still slowly going through this Ryan North run. You're a Fantastic Four fan. Like, I'm not saying I'm some, FF like expert. I feel like you'll enjoy this. It hits all the points that I think make people Fantastic Four fans. So I'm going to continue with it. And oh, sorry, I just hit my table here. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Nice.
Thank
Do
you.
you have any thoughts on the casting?
I I could pretend to know that I know the casting. I know it came out. I
Yeah,
don't know it.
that's
So,
fair, that's
do you,
fair.
were you psyched when you heard it? Did you not care? Did you care?
I think there's some good picks in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
nice.
Could I name them all right now? Absolutely not.
Fair.
So,
You know what?
you know,
You only get honesty here.
and Chris is saying anything by Ryan North, I will definitely check out. After reading
Nice.
his Squirrel Girl, I absolutely agree.
Awesome.
Chris has also been wearing the library out. Beginning like a dozen books shipped from other libraries, and that's awesome. I love hearing that.
I love that.
Hello, Teeny. What's up?
What's up, Teeny?
Look at
All
you.
right.
You're like some single issue series queen. What's happening?
I
What is
am
this?
the single issue queen now. Wait, I have things to show later. This is I
Single
don't
issues you bought? Is
I
that wow?
I'm shaking my head saying, "Yep,
Nice,
mhm."
nice. I love that.
I just I know I've said this before, but I just love feeling accomplished. And boy, does single
True.
issues do that for you, right? I like the bite-sizedness of them. Um, so we're going into like I think once you get past talking about a first issue of a series, especially if you're reading in singles, like you're not going to get too far into what each one is about because obviously you could potentially spoil. Um, this one I came in at 4 stars because this story grabbed me a bit more. Love the writing, love the art, love the covers. Um, I am a Alex Ross fan. Um, not super fan, but fan. So, reading these digitally, I feel like these issues really serve that well. The art and the covers. So I'm enjoying that part too.
Nice.
Thanks.
So Mary's rating is actually to the left under the Kindle button, and the overall rating is actually on the top. And you will see they're actually the same.
Ooh, look at that. Mm-hmm.
And Danny and Elon have joined us.
Hello,
Hello.
hello, friends.
Nice. I checked it out and have not read it yet.
Everyone.
I know.
The two of us can't talk enough about
So
this
true.
series.
It's so true.
And I feel like we don't really hype up a ton of stuff. Like so when we do, we're being very serious. Um this series is if you're into Dexter, if you love a good mystery, if you love fantastic art, and the part I love about this series the most, basically to sum it up really quickly, there's a bear named Samantha, who, and I'm not spoiling anything by this, saying this part about talking about Samantha, right, Kristen? Like giving the
No, no, no.
bear. Okay,
Yeah,
Samantha. I think
I
if
feel like we have to say that. Yeah.
yeah, if Samantha is a serial killer but has certain rules
Right.
about that's why I relate it so much to Dexter. Dexter had
I thought you were going to say that's why I related so much to Sam. I have my rules when I murder
yeah,
people.
so everyone so, Sam has like a set of rules that she goes by to like enable, to feed that part of her. and yet be a part of the community. And I'll stop there. So, but basically, there was a murder in the small town, and they're trying to like figure. She's trying to figure out very subtly, like, who is doing this in my town? Like, you're gonna ruin it for me. You're gonna get pretty much. I think she's thinking like you're gonna get me caught, right? So just like every page, you're just like, I can't wait to read this, like when it comes out. I've been reading them. I think like first day since I after I read the first one, um, I've been reading them as soon as they come out on Hoopla, like same day. Which I'm not looking for some like big, gold star for that. I understand it's a single issue
No,
book,
that's awesome. Yeah.
but it's so exciting to have that
Yeah.
feeling, right? The only other feeling I can relate that to currently is Blood on the Tracks, the manga that we also love. you
Mhm.
know so this series, like, recently we were in I don't know if I told you about it, if you were also in the live stream too. I think it was one of Jess's shows, and we were like talking about it in the chat, like, and I even said there, like, I feel like I can already say it's February 22nd that this is going to be my favorite series of the year. And if something comes out that's better, that would be amazing, but I just feel like this is going to be my favorite.
Yeah, I'm totally feeling that too. That the artwork too, mixed with like the subject matter, is
Yes.
so good. It's just so good.
Yeah, the artwork's like, right, like you're almost reading like a child's book.
Right. And then there's
But
murder.
and then there's
Delightful.
murder. You
Delightful.
have to have the side of murder,
Yeah, for real.
for real.
And good to hear, Marissa.
Yes.
You got me into the series of the
It's
Love that.
so good.
When's the trade of this coming out? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I guess sometime later in the year.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think we need, I mean, I don't know much of anything. Like, will it just be one trade and done?
I don't know. I mean, it could go on. I think the next issue comes out next month. I want to say the 20th. I looked it up, and I don't know if I trust my memory, but the next issue at least comes out next month. Maybe I should do my little sidebar now. So on Instagram, I posted that I posted that I was reading this and I loved it so much, and I tagged the creator, Patrick, and I was like, my plan was to read this digitally, and then when the trade came out, I would buy it then. And I'm like, but I can't do it. I need the single issues, and then I need the trade. Well, I did it. I have the 3 single issues in my hand. So,
you got some cool variants, looks like.
And then wait, maybe I should show. I have to show this.
Here, I can make you big.
I mean, this is like the second printing of this one. Can you even?
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
And you see Patton's quote there?
Patton loves it. We all love it.
I'll just show
Finally Murdered Forensics are adorable. I love that.
This is the second issue.
Nice.
And then this is the latest one that just came out. How creepy, right? You see that? The bed.
There's such good covers.
Right?
Yeah. I love the title too. It totally goes with like the children-esque artwork,
Yeah, I keep showing Kim, and I keep talking about this book to her, and this is not her jam. And I didn't even realize the title is from is it from Winnie the Pooh, or it's some throwback to a child's book, a very popular one.
Sounds like
so she's like, "You're ruining my childhood." And I couldn't wait to show her this one with, Sam and the bloody
it's so good.
Bloody thing. So
I love that you did that.
I will admit I bought this one on eBay because it was out of print and I couldn't find it.
Nice.
I got a good deal though.
Good. Well, okay. I love that. Real quick, let's see. Kane is letting us know what he's reading. Everybody loves to know what you're reading too. We want to hear. I started reading Bookshops and Bone Dust, prequel to Legends and Lattes. Fun read so far. You really like that one, right?
Mary? I love both of those. I listened to the audiobooks on those, and they were Travis did the narration. I thought they were great. Really fun, really cozy.
Yeah, I still need to do that for sure. Apparently this is the place to be. Thanks, Elon. Watch out with the single issues. You might end up with 14 short boxes and a wife questioning your decisions.
Yeah. Thing is, Kim has a little habit. She has some hobbies herself.
I was going to say those guitars are multiplying, aren't they?
The guitars, she's all into her camera and stuff. So, But I hear you, Teeny. I hear you.
Let's see. I don't know. I still got a stack of singles from earlier this month to read. LOL. Also, I started watching Dexter again for the third time.
I need to. It's funny you say that. Reading this series is making me want to start Dexter from the beginning again. I've done that. I don't know how many times, but it's so much fun.
I need to actually do that. I watched I think just the first few episodes like a long time ago, and I really liked it. And I just never, I think I just
cool.
never had a way to watch it back then.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yep.
Like it was like my friend's DVDs or something, you know? Okay, Penguin says September 10th. Good to know. Thanks,
okay.
Chris.
Nice.
Let's see. Buying the trade too. You should.
Excellent.
Okay. Hello, Javier. What's up?
Javier.
Think about getting all the back issues. Do it.
Do it.
Assuming you're talking about this, do it.
I think he is.
Do you hear about the new Brubaker book, Houses of the Unholy? It involves a satanic panic and a serial killer, I think. Sounds like a Brubaker book.
As she leaned forward.
Sounds just like a Brubaker book.
You know, the serial killer theme. Is it going to be really, when you say involves, does it mean it's like more on the nonfiction side? I know the answer to this, probably not. Or is it loosely based on? That could maybe hook me to read it on Hoopla.
You know what it's going to read like?
What?
A Brubaker book.
Get ready for the boobies.
Let's see. Oh, but Kane's a she. I apologize, Kane.
You know.
Yeah, sorry. Didn't know. That was an assumption. I apologize. Isn't that a lyric from the kids' song Teddy Bears?
Maybe.
I don't know. Oh, does she have any overdrive pedals, Mary?
I haven't
seen any pedals.
I haven't seen any pedals enter the condo, but anything's possible.
Have you read the novels?
I have not.
Dexter.
Wait, did I read the first one? Maybe
feel like you did.
I think I listened to the first one. So, Chris, did you start with the novels or did you start with the show? Yes. I have a. I think it's good. Oh.
I think it said during the 80s, 90s satanic panic, some former Satanist helps a detective track a serial killer.
All right.
Is it actually a Satanist, though? That's a real question because, I think people don't understand what Satanism is, you know?
I know what you mean. I know what
you
mean. Oh, Danny, I was going to say maybe for another show, if I remember, I went to a con and I shelled out some cash, and I have a picture with Dexter. Oh,
I remember that.
Yeah.
I think, is that the one I sent you? And I was like, you have to go to this.
Yeah, Kristen, sometimes I call her the devil. She'll send me links or screenshots and she's like, do you need to go to this? Do you need this? And I'm like, damn you.
It was like an ad and it was,
oh my God, it was
near you. And I was like, hey, did you know he's going to be there? You should probably go.
It was so great. It was so great.
I'm glad. He is great. He's really good.
So you inspired this listen because you were talking about a recent road trip you took with Reed, and you listened to one of David's audiobooks. So this was on Hoopla, and I think it was only like maybe an hour-ish long because it was sort of like almost like a best of or greatest hits kind of thing.
Okay.
So it was like perfect for the train. I was seriously, as he makes you do, like laughing out loud. I didn't care. People, you know, I understand it's New York City, but you know, sometimes you'll still get looks if you're laughing to yourself. I didn't care. I was having so much fun listening to this. Obviously, it was only an hour long, so I finished it in a day.
Love that.
And I didn't get to tell you this yet. I noticed that because I listened to this, I just went to his website Sometimes you just do that, like, I'll see what he's up to. Maybe he has some like new stuff for sale that's only there or something. And I realized he's coming pretty close to us in April during our birthday month.
Oh,
And so I almost said for Christmas. So for my birthday present, Kim bought us tickets.
that is awesome.
Yeah, so we're going to see him as my present, and like the town he's playing in is really cute and has really good restaurants and stuff. So we'll get dinner and then we'll go see him.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm looking up his tour
So
days. I'm like, is he gonna come close to me?
maybe, but it's sort of thanks to you adjacent because you got him back in my head. You know what I mean?
I love
I would have
that.
never
Yeah.
ended up on his website, I don't think. I mean, maybe I would have ended up seeing like an Instagram ad or something, but I don't know.
Okay.
Is he is he coming near you?
There's one that may be doable. Yes.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
see?
Okay. I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, it's been a while. I feel like I've missed a couple tours, and the one and only other time I went, I was like, it was just so amazing, and I had a headache from laughing when I left. Yeah,
Yeah, he's so good.
yeah.
Good to know. Well, that's awesome. What a great present.
Thank you.
I need to read this one or listen to this one too because I've seen it on there, but I've never
Yeah.
really understood what it is. So I didn't
Yeah,
dive into it.
and some of them you'll definitely already know, but it's fun to listen to again. Like, I mean, I know his work. I don't know it that well, but some of them, like, I've heard this one before. Maybe I read it, or something like that. So,
Love that. Have you watched the new season? I know you have.
Yes.
I started with the show. First season was one of the last shows me and brother watched together.
Oh,
I loved the
okay.
first season and got a little obsessed. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you recommend the books then? I feel like I've heard the books are good, and I'm not even like deep into that fandom, obviously.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
What's up, Huff? How you
What's
doing?
up, Huff?
From one live stream to another.
Nice.
I feel like I know where you were at.
I know.
And thank you for joining.
Yes.
Oh, my dad's quoting
Oh.
things. Okay, FBI agent from the cult crime beat and a woman with a past linked to the satanic panic are drawn into a terrifying hunt for an insane killer hiding in the shadows of the underworld. Sounds like a pretty big book.
Larry, no matter what you put in the chat, I know you know this, she's your daughter, but she's just going to keep saying that.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, Chris says the books are great.
Awesome.
Another live stream stunk. I didn't see it, so I just heard it was happening.
I saw a few minutes of it when I was on the train, but then like at a certain point my service gets spotty, so I was like, oh, here it is.
Oh boy.
Here it is.
Here we go.
It's too bad our friends Mara and Catherine aren't here.
Oh, yeah, what a bummer.
Yeah, because they would be able to chime in on this too.
You shouldn't have come here. So Mary and I both. Mary, listen to this one first. You do listen to it? You listen to it, yeah?
Yeah, I listened to it. Yep.
And then I did. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, you were at 2 stars.
I was at 2, and then you started to give us like play-by-play as you were listening to it. And I was like, you know what? She's right. That was ridiculous. That was like far-fetched. Kristen's right. She shouldn't have gone there. Like,
yeah.
So how do you describe this book? It's like I don't want to say typical. I don't need to be mean like that, but it was like, a woman books a room somewhere.
Airbnb. At a ranch, middle of nowhere.
Single guy there. Do you trust him? Do you not trust him? What's going on? There's like wacky people in the community. For a while there, I was like, is this going to turn sci-fi? These people are really strange.
Yeah, they were super weird. The whole town was super weird.
Yeah, like almost not robotic, but like what's that? Like when people say it was like
Stepford
Wives.
Yeah.
Kind of, maybe that was intentional. I don't know. But like you highlighted, you brought to this to my attention like some of the dialogue coming out of especially the male character's mouth.
It was like You know what it was? It was a book that was packaged as a thriller, but it was very heavy on romance.
Yeah, and we're okay. Like, believe it or not, I know some people might not believe us, but we're way more open to romance than you may think, and also
Sure.
of recent times. Like, you're the one that kinda, like, with the, Delilah Green books, like,
Yeah.
made me look at romance in a different way, like, the quality that it can be, you know?
Sure. And those books did that for me, you know?
Yeah,
Absolutely. So that's not exactly like something we would immediately go, this is terrible.
right.
But it also had like very cheesy romance lines.
Yeah.
There's
Like,
a
you might as well call each other like, they didn't say this, but, like, you might as well use phrases like, "Hey, honey buns." Like, it was like that.
yeah, it was a
Yeah,
lot. It was a lot. It was very like those parts were incredibly cringy to me.
yeah,
Like her describing him was cringy. Him describing her was cringy. Like,
yeah.
and I think listening to it made it worse for me because like
That's
hearing
true.
someone say those lines was like yikes, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then but then I was like, "You know what? I gotta know why she came here because she shouldn't have come here." Like,
And without spoiling anything, the reason she went there was effing I'm sorry.
the
Uh,
so,
it was like, I wish we could just
as
spoil it, but, we won't.
we won't, but as everyone knows, the ending to a thriller makes or breaks a thriller.
Oh, yeah.
And this ending, I felt was such a cop out. And that's not a spoiler, it was just a cop out to the entire book. I was like, "Really? This is what we're doing with it? This is what you decided to do?"
Yeah.
It made me not wanna read anything by this person
Yeah.
ever again.
Yeah.
I was just like, Really?" Like
And then, yeah, the ending sort of it would be as if, like, you're reading a thriller and then all like, but you know how I have that joke with you that, like, you're a Goodreads librarian,
yeah.
and well, it's not a joke, you are
It's not a
a
joke, it's real,
Goodreads
but
librarian, um, but then,
this is not
like
necessary, but okay.
and remember, like, you surprised me with that, like, I didn't know that about you, and then I was, like, joking, like, "Oh, yeah? Well, I'm a brain surgeon, I'm a chemist. I
Mhm,
forgot to tell you."
mhm.
That's how the ending felt for me. It was like,
Yes.
"What?" Like, there's no way it was one of those situations, like, there was no way you weren't fed, like, one little piece of information that could have even made you guess that. And some may say that's a good ending, but so maybe I'm describing it the wrong way, but it fell flat, and, yeah, it wasn't our cup of tea. And this is
Yeah,
yet another reason why I am so grateful for my local library because we borrowed it through the library.
yeah.
No
Mine too,
money
yeah.
was exchanged, and we supported our library, but that's about it.
So glad I didn't pay for this. Yeah.
That's the positive of it, and, you know and then I'll just say this too, we don't really get into much of this, but, like, I saw on Goodreads that the author, you know, had, like what do you like, rated her own book and just the tone of it, and then I feel didn't you see something online that you had heard that sometimes she goes after people
Yeah, like,
in,
people were
like,
like
comment
yeah, people were
sections?
reviewing it like, "Oh, I've at the fear of the author attacking me," and I was like,
Yes.
"That's crazy," is what that
Yeah,
is, like
yeah, I know. Like you always say, like, you always remind me of this, like, Goodreads, like, if I start to feel bad about rating something, and I'm not writing any horrible review, I'm just giving it the star system. You always remind me, you're like, "No, like, Goodreads is a place for readers. It's not there for the creators." So, I think that's a good thing to remember. Like, I'm
yeah.
not saying people should go on there and say horrible things about somebody's character or anything like that. If you wanna just talk about the work, that's different, you know?
Yeah,
So
although I think some people need to be called out for their character as well.
well, if
So
that you get what I'm saying.
no, I do get
Like,
you.
I don't believe in calling somebody, like, horrible names just because you didn't like their book,
Right, right. Well, yeah,
and then
that's
in real life,
ridiculous,
they didn't
yeah.
do anything horrible.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, 1 out of 5, ouch. Yeah, I love again, you started it too. I love when I was playing by playing, you were like, "You know what? You're right."
Yeah, I'm
To
like, because
watch.
I have
Yeah.
a tendency to be too nice when it comes to the stars, and I'm like, "No, if I'm really being honest, that's how I felt."
You know what? The only downside to not having this book physically is I couldn't physically, like, throw it across the room when I finish it, you know? Like, that would have been, therapeutic, I think. The title tells you to stay away. I know. We didn't
Yeah.
listen. Did
Let me
not
tell you,
listen.
in our group chat, Kristen had jokes. She had jokes incorporating the title. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I did. Be honest, Mary, did you wanna give it a 0?
I would say yes, but the only reason why I wouldn't is because I do give some credit to a book if I finish it. If I don't finish it, I will give it 0 stars and I will take it off my Goodreads list because to me that means, I didn't finish it. So
Mhm.
that's the time something will get a 0. But if I can make it all the way through, even if it's just out of some weird curiosity, they will get 1 star.
Yeah, makes sense to me. She shouldn't have gone there. Where did she go? I mean, you don't even wanna know. It's not even worth finding out.
But the thing is, Gore, good question, and it's awesome to see you here. Where she goes, like, it sort of ends in a way you hear some of her planning on where she's gonna go,
Mm.
and we were flabbergasted because when I say we all, our other 2 friends, Catherine and Mara, who aren't here, we had a group chat going with them, and they were like, we were all talking about it, and we all realized, like, "Wait a minute," like, the actual plan was really, and for me to say, I was just sitting here saying how much I love Dexter. I'm not somebody that says things are morbid, but there are certain things I feel like you stay away
Yeah.
from, and yeah, I know I'm being vague, but we can't
But
spoil, but
yeah, there was a line that was crossed, and we
yeah.
were just like,
Yes.
"Whoa."
Yeah.
It was, like, crossed, and then the book ended.
Yeah,
And we
cross
were
and
like,
not like,
"What just happened?"
yeah, not like in a cool way either,
No.
like, "Whoa, they went there." It was like, "Oh my
Like,
good
ew. Like,
ew."
I feel icky. Like, didn't like it. I
Ah,
That would be like me, Catherine, and Mara should have a spoiler show where we talk about that. And anyone who,
yeah,
like, wants to go there and wants to listen, I will say it was only an 8-hour audiobook, so
that's true.
and if you do any speed faster, it's gonna be even less, right?
Yeah.
So if anyone's, like, morbidly curious when we talk about this and wants to listen, maybe that's something we'll have to consider because obviously we would want discussion from people, but,
Yeah,
we had
that
a
would be
lot of
fun.
things to say, we all did.
Yeah.
And Mara was still out of 4, I think, so we all rated
Oh,
it differently at
right,
first.
I'm, like, burying the lead here, that's
Yeah,
right.
she started at a f well, I think she's still at a 4. She gave it a 4, Catherine read it, gave it a 3, you read it, gave it a 2, and then I read it and gave it a 1.
Yeah. That's what I love, though,
So,
because we were all, like, we all had different opinions in a lot of ways, and we just have fun, like, talking about it, so
yeah, it
I
was a
I
blast,
love that.
we kinda all just I think the 3 of you accidentally kinda read it at the same time,
Yeah, I
and
think Mara
then
read it first, right? I
yeah,
think
I
she
think
read
so,
it last year.
I
Yeah,
think
and then
so.
I actually had, I don't know if I mentioned this, I had a physical copy,
Oh.
and but the time, you know how I am, like, the timing of it, I just had the capacity to listen on the train, so that's where I, mostly, that's what happened. So I wasted a physical copy.
Mm,
Don't worry, it's already
it's for
donated.
the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was really fun.
Yeah.
I do enjoy her IG, and that's it. This author?
Oh, yeah?
I'm very
Should we
curious now.
should we follow? I know
Sure.
she has a ton of top selling books, like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The
I
Perfect Marriage and One of Us is Dead. I've
oh,
seen both the
yeah,
covers for those. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying, I would try another just to see, through
I
Hoopla,
probably
but
would too. I
yeah,
mean, one book, maybe an outlier, right?
yeah, maybe this just wasn't, but, I'm looking at that overall rating, and not that that's right on the borderline there.
And for Goodreads, that's pretty low.
Yeah. Like,
Goodreads
not
tends to rate high.
that's true. Yeah, like, maybe not by our standards, but I feel like that, like you're saying, that's right on the borderline for Goodreads for
I mean,
being
for
low.
98,000 ratings, it's
Yeah.
rough. That's a little rough. The reviews are fun to read. So
They are fun.
Mara and Catherine are probably at the freaking library. It's all your guys' fault. Would they be there that late?
You know, I'm like a little bit like, where are they?
where I don't know.
They didn't tell us.
Should we message them? Maybe they're like they're not going to be on.
Let me. I'll message them in the group
Message
chat.
them, yeah. Oh, Mary swore. How bad was this?
I didn't swear. I said effing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told you, Elon.
They're probably renovating something amazing. That's probably true.
It's so true.
That's probably true.
Let's see. I'm gonna message them.
What are your favorite classic books? Mary, this is like your jam. I mean, I want to go with Fahrenheit 451, but I haven't read it in forever. But I loved it when I read it.
I have sort of like a very common answer, but my favorite is Jane Eyre. But I've taken a liking to Anthony Trollope. I mean, his catalog is like ridiculous, so I'm still making my way through. But my favorite of his is Standalone, The Way We Live Now. That's my favorite by him so far. And
you're going through them all. Love that.
I like Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, that's my answer for now. But I'm trying to actually, I did read one classic that I promised I would read, but we'll get to it in a few.
Okay. Love that.
Yeah.
It's always a plus when you support your local library. I agree.
So true, Kane.
I agree. Are you referring to the Kate? No. No, but
oh yeah,
that's a thing. Do you know about that?
I don't know. I might, but I don't recognize.
You should just go check out Jess's video on it.
Oh, then
not the Jess we all know. You know Jess, yeah.
The Jess Owens.
Jess Owens, she's awesome.
She's hysterical.
That's where I learned about it. The other text people for leaving bad reviews. Now I'm intrigued. That's what I hear. We haven't dove deep into that, so that could be inaccurate.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't claim that.
Yeah, we saw that in somebody's, like you said, somebody's review of this book, right?
It made me think, oh, this review has a lot of upvotes, and then maybe, Hey, Marcelo.
What's up, Marcelo?
Did we know there's a new Dick Tracy book on the way? I didn't.
Really? I did not.
But actually, I think I saw that email. Because it's been a long time coming, right? I don't read those, but that's cool because I really like when those older strip books get reprinted or continued,
Nice.
I think Catching the Rye, you would think that, huh? My dad loves that one. I actually don't know that I ever read it. I don't think I did. Did you ever read it?
In high school.
If I did, that's probably when I read it, yeah.
I'm sure we have a copy on the shelf because I am a classic hoarder.
Victorian writers.
Yes.
Very
true, Gore.
Hello. How's it going?
Oh, formerly known as Scott.
Oh, Kristen with a great answer. 451 stands up to repeated readings. Love it so much. I got to hear /see Bradbury speak once many years ago at a local college.
Larry, last weekend I was at Barnes and Noble, and maybe it came out last year. It was on a table, so I have no idea if it's a new release or not, but there's a whole collection of letters to Ray, and I love letter books like that because I'm nosy, but it's like all these people writing to him and his responses back. I started to flip through it, and I'm like, oh, I want this. Put it down because it's full price. But Kim took me to Barnes and Noble so I could pick out a couple books as my Valentine's Day present, and I was trying to pick out. I was very picky with my selections, but I was very tempted by that book.
Love that. I like Bradbury's Martian Chronicles and the Illustrated Man. I've wanted to go to his other books in his catalog, but I haven't, so I'll check those out. Cor, thanks for that.
I have to read Martian Chronicles again. It'll be new to me again, but I've never read The Illustrated Man.
There's Mara.
Here she is. I wrote in the text, where are you?
Can't believe we missed this. You were mentioned, Mara. You were mentioned a few
Do you
times.
see? Do you see what book is up there? I mean, Mara.
Come on.
We already told the people you gave it 4 stars.
Yeah, and people want to know why. And by people, I mean me. Slaughterhouse 5 is up there for me too.
Nice.
Says my dad. How is the library, Mara? How's that roller derby?
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
Mara, please be careful. I'm so afraid you're going to get hurt.
Yeah, Meatball. Be careful. J.D. Salinger carried Catcher in the Rye manuscript when he landed in Normandy. He had it with
Oh.
him when his company liberated a concentration camp. That's wild.
Gore, you know everything.
I love
mean,
the facts. Love it.
I know I recently discovered Gore through, I guess, through Sleepy Reader and your dad,
Hmm.
and yeah, just and Garage Geek, of course, and Gore's knowledge is just fascinating to me.
That's awesome. Watership Down is an all-time favorite classic.
I'm afraid to go back to that for the sadness.
Yeah. Well, Kane, she liked it. I just want to throw it out there that I got it.
You got it. We are here to
working on it.
learn. You know.
I just didn't know. I made an assumption. That's my bad. The Alchemist or To Kill a Mockingbird for me. Okay, cool.
Nice. I'm sorry. I know I keep I'm like carrying on with every answer, but it's so exciting to talk prose. The Alchemist, I used to say, when people would ask me my favorite book, I used to say that, but now it's been so long, I need to reread it so I could say it again.
Did you ever read the graphic novel?
No.
Oh.
Did you?
I think I did. It's been a while. I actually never read the prose book, but I read the graphic novel for like a work book club back when I worked at a law firm.
Okay.
They accidentally bought the graphic novels instead of the prose.
That's amazing.
And I was like, all right, this is my jam. I can't remember my thoughts on it. It's been so long, but
cool.
The Moon is a Harsh Mistress is an underrated classic, top 10 sci-fi easily. Haven't read that one. Cool.
I have not either.
Love the Derby. Did you win? Meatball stays meatballing. It's just a meetup tonight. If Jane Austen counts, of course. Northanger Abbey is my favorite.
Of course.
I still haven't read any Austen. I keep saying I'm going to, and I don't.
Listen, there's a lot of books out there.
I know.
Can't get to them
Too
all.
many. I have a couple paperbacks filled with letters to/from Robert E. Howard. Some are to/from
Love that.
H.P. Lovecraft.
I will read any letter collection.
Yeah, they're the best. Epistolary. If you're into Batman, the classic for you is the Scarlet Pimpernel. Pimpernel? Similar origin story, fast read. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know that one. Jane Austen is one of the very few writers to write a convincing happy ending.
Fair.
Nice. He had a resurgence in the 2000s. Many of my friends read The Alchemist. I feel like that did happen because that was like early. I remember that happening too. Maybe I read. I don't know if I read that in school or not. I feel like a lot of people did though.
Yeah, I'm thinking 2000. That lines up about right when I was into that. I was like trying to find myself and stuff.
I do want to read The Wheel of Time, but I am knee deep in the Cosmere. I can only do one epic fantasy series at a time. It's funny you mentioned The Wheel of Time. I have the first Wheel of Time book sitting on my shelf. It's been sitting there. I am not an epic fantasy reader at all. At all. But this one was really hyped up for a while. I know it's essentially a classic of epic fantasy. And some part of me, for some reason, at some point on Book Outlet was like, oh, it's there and it's cheap and I like the edition. Let's go. But I really don't know that I'll do it. Like, I'm kind of like, I need to probably get that off my shelf. I'm not sure I will actually do that.
Well, if you have that weird habit, maybe it's not weird. If you have the habit that I have, there is something about, even if I'm listening to the audiobook, I like to go back to the physical, see where I am, and just line it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yes, sometimes it is I'm reading and listening, but I'll be honest, there are times I'm just listening, but there's something about going to the book and finding the section. I don't know.
No, I get that.
You're like, "Mary, I'm trying to clean my shelves, please."
Well, I just don't even know because, like, with the epic fantasy audiobooks, they're all like 40 and 50 hours, you know?
Yeah.
That's too intimidating for me, I think.
Is that more intimidating than the huge book?
I
Because
think
you
so.
pause it, you go back to it when you have time. I don't know.
I get that the problem is I know there's gonna be a billion names, and I probably can't
Uh,
pronounce a lot of them,
okay, fair.
and and that's my issue, obviously, but, like, it's a lot of characters to keep track of, and I don't know that I can do it, that's all.
Alright, alright.
That's it. BBC 90s Pride and Prejudice miniseries was excellent. I always hear that. Have you seen that one,
I
Mary?
haven't, no, I should watch that.
The Pilgrimage apparently is also great.
Yes, okay, that title. I didn't read that, but that title, I recognize it.
Does anyone have an opinion on The Unkindness of Ravens?
I see that on Hoopla. I have not read it.
Same. Okay, here the first Wheel Time book also has a graphic novel adaptation. It's multiple volumes.
Ah.
Is that any good? Do you know? I know you haven't read Wheel of Time, but I've heard that. I don't know. I'm still scared. All right, next slide, Mary. Here we go.
All right.
Last slide.
I'm ready to say Lisa Jewell, she's my girl.
She's your girl. I love that.
This
Love that.
This I listened to in audiobook form. I don't have a copy of the physical book. I know what I just said. This isn't one of those ones I went back and forth on. I posted about this on Instagram, and Lisa Jewell commented. I will be a nerd and say I was a little excited over that. But I had to keep reminding myself that this was fiction, because the way it's written, the way it's produced, you really feel like. So basically, there's this woman who is a podcaster, and she meets. I won't say how or why because I feel like that might be. I don't know. I think you should be surprised with how they actually meet up. But she meets this woman. There's a slight connection that they decide that this woman that she met at a restaurant, they're going to do a podcast together, and this other woman's going to tell her story. But it ends up turning very dark. I don't want to, because even though I was like hooked from the get-go, I will say it was a little bit of a slow burn maybe in the beginning. I don't toss that around easily, but I loved it in this case. So you get to hear this woman, you get to hear about her family, you get to hear about her marriage and her children. You start to wonder, like, I mean, it turns into the reason why I said I had to keep reminding myself that it was fiction, because I was actually starting to believe myself that this was like some true crime documentary I was watching, because it felt so real. So it obviously twists and turns. There are moments you're like, is that person, like, because you don't hear from them for a while, you're like, is that person even alive? Like, where are they? It was so good. It's so well done. I can't speak for reading it physically, but the audiobook, like, I know we always say this, but like, I can't explain how well this audiobook was done. Because like, even in the moments where they're like, I'm not saying Lisa Jewell created this, but the way it's produced, like when they go to record for the podcast, like you hear a little bit of like the mic being set up and them about to like count down to start recording. Like, you really feel like you're sitting in the studio with them. This is my last slide because I want to end on like a good note as far as like my audiobooks or digital reads, and 5 stars. Really, really enjoyed this.
Love that. I downloaded this
Oh, you did?
months ago.
Yes.
And then I had to give it back to the library.
Oh, okay. That happens.
But this is one that's been on my radar. And now that you loved it, I mean, I'm going to have to absolutely listen.
Yeah.
And I think this is the one a coworker was like, she told me she was listening to it and loving it.
Really?
Yeah. And she was like, there's so many twists and turns. And I was like,
Right.
okay.
That's exactly how I felt. And I I really think you'll really enjoy this.
Awesome. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
And I love the trend of like the true crime podcast
Yeah.
element.
Yeah.
I really like that with Night Swim. I think you and I both like that one, right?
Yes.
And listening to it was also great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so this isn't a 1 rating?
No, Mara. But maybe you'll listen to this and be like, Mary gave that other book I liked 4 stars. I'm giving it 1.
Have you read a lot of Lisa Jewell, Mary? She's writing a Jessica Jones novel and wanted to know about her writing. That's awesome.
The other book I read by her was Invisible Girl. Let me make sure I'm Invisible Girl. Yes,
I think
Invisible
that's right.
Girl.
Because I got it from Book of the Month because you talked about it.
Yes. And I really enjoyed that. I'm just double checking. I gave that one 4 stars. So now I want to obviously I want to read more of her work. Like she's definitely like credible to me now. So, yes.
Awesome. Mara will listen.
Okay, good.
Okay, here's some information. I also believe that You Shouldn't Have Come Here was somewhat based on something that happened in publishing within the last 3 years or less. A male writer stalked someone who gave him a 1-star review. I heard of that like real story, but there's not really anything like that in the book, though. Am I misremembering, Mary? There's
No, but I feel like
element like that.
I feel like Marissa just described a book that it was one of your Riley Sager books. I feel like that just described one of the ones I was grouchy about.
Maybe it's one of the ones I haven't read because I don't remember that. Has anyone read Down and Out in Paris and London by George Orwell? It's an amazing autobiography of him being poor and working in restaurants. It's funny you mentioned that. That is a book that I got maybe like a month ago at a Half Price Books, but I haven't read it yet.
I have that on my shelf and I haven't read it yet.
You and I both. Oh boy, 4-star rare rating. Is it, Mara?
Mara.
No, you're right, Krista. It sounds familiar though, Marissa.
Okay. Yes.
The plot reminds me of the Oliver Stone 1988 movie Talk Radio.
Somebody around me somebody was just talking about that movie to me. I don't remember who it was.
Was it my dad?
Larry, was it you?
I highly recommend it. Good, because it's on both of our shelves.
Hey.
I love that we both have it.
Book club.
Accidental. Well, I only have 2 books to show, so I can show those.
Awesome.
Keeping with prose, You Should See Me in a Crown. I did read the prose book. This one was set in Indiana too, where I'm from, which was fun. Not like the specific area, but like a small town in Indiana where our main character is, awkward in high school and she's poor, and a lot of the high school is really rich, and there's a lot of dynamics here. And essentially she is in band and is really into music and good at it, but she doesn't get the scholarship she thought she would get to go to the college that her mom went when she was alive. And that's where she really wanted to go. So she lost the scholarship that she thought she was going to get. And in this school, in this area, in this like small town, they care so much about prom. Like it's like the event of the year, to the point where there's a scholarship for the queen and king of the prom.
Wow.
$10,000 scholarship. Oh. So that's how much they care about prom. And it's a big thing where like you get points for certain things. You have to do community work. You have to do all these things to even get on like to the final whatever and the committee and stuff. So one of her friends is like, hey, this is what needs to happen. You need to become prom queen. And she's like, absolutely not. And how would I? Right. So that's what ends up happening. Like she goes through this situation where she never cared about prom either, but like now she's like stuck doing all this nonsense. And it's on, okay. It's a YA book. On the surface level of that description, it kind of doesn't have me interested. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And there's queer characters in this, a great story with that as well. And there's a lot of there were more layers than I thought there would be.
Okay.
And there were moments that I laughed out loud too. Like there were good characters in this. And I really, really liked it. So it was an easy 5-star for me. I thought it was
Nice.
wonderful. And Mara, you need to read this too, because Mara and I both got this at a Half Price Books together. So.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So Mara, what are we doing?
That's fun.
Yeah, the small town does sound insufferable. Absolutely. The worst, truly the worst. I also I'm not a prom person. Like I didn't even go to my prom. No.
Oh, you didn't go to your prom?
Didn't go. No.
Believe it or not,
prom queen?
I was the prom queen. No, can you imagine,
whoa!
I did go to my prom.
Yeah.
Ironically, not that anybody asked me this, but I remember I kind of had this guy friend of mine that we went to all those sort of dances together, and I was like, he's the best, because I didn't want him touching me. I don't want him pawing at me, trying to hold my hand, nothing. So later on in life, find out he's gay. So we were like the perfect dates for each other.
Love that.
That's
funny you say that, because one of my guy friends in high school, we didn't go to prom together, but we went to some other dance, and we dressed up in the same. I had a tie, he had the same tie.
Look at you.
We had a little button and a blazer.
Yeah.
And we took this really cheesy prom photo together where we're holding one hand.
I love that.
And he was gay, and he was not out to at all.
Okay.
So we went together, and that was really nice too. That was a good time. So yeah, love that. Love that. Yeah. Do you hear Billie Eilish's song of the same title as you read the book? No, but I give it.
That was a hard no.
I like her, but no, I don't. Didn't go either, and I don't care about sports. I feel that, James. I feel it. I have pics from that. From
my prom?
What? Yeah.
Larry, I mean,
probably my cheesy photos. With,
I know.
Yeah, I didn't even know what he meant. I was like, "What?"
You're like, "How do you have Mary's prom photos?"
Oh, it's so weird, Dad. Why are you obsessed with her? I also read something that's been on my shelf for a very long time. The first, what are these called? Ultimate editions of Battle Royale. I only have the first 3 of these. These are 3-in-1, out of print, put out by Tokyo Pop before they went defunct, and I guess they're kind of back now. Whatever. And then I have the rest of the single volumes after. They go up to, I think, 15.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, this. Can you hear Reed? By the way, he's talking so loud.
I can't hear him, but he lives there too. So
you can or you can't.
I can.
Yeah.
I can't hear his actual words. I hear Charlie Brown teacher.
That's what it sounds like to me too. This guy's so loud. Well, I'll be quick and then I'll mute. But
you're fine.
This is 2000, early 2000.
Yeah.
Manga. You could tell in the art, but also the content. It deserves every trigger warning possible. If you know what Battle Royale is, I mean, it's kids in high school killing each other. That's it. They pick a random class and they bring them to a remote island, and they're like, "Hey, you have to kill each other until there's one standing, and if you don't, we're gonna kill you."
Yikes!
So it's a big yikes. And there were a lot of problems with it. There's essay, there's a violence of all kinds, of course, there's murder. It's all brutal. You see it all. And so there were problems from the time period too, and the way they treat women in this, and etc. But there was something about it, and I want to continue it. There's something, I just want to know what happens, because there's a core group, our main character and a few who are we don't want to play this game. We're not doing it, and we're going to figure out how to get out of this. And that's obviously what you want to hope for the whole time, because it's terrible. Yeah. But yeah.
I watched, actually this morning, I watched your review with Maddie, and I remember you saying that you did eventually want to get to that. So that's good that you two picked that book. So.
Yeah, and they've been sitting on my shelf for so long.
Yeah.
That I'm just happy I'm reading them. I'll be happy to get rid of them, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep them, so.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's right. Charlie Brown t-shirt. But I know you have some physical books there.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I read we were talking about classics. I read The Time Machine. This was one of those ones I had read at some point in life. It was brand new to me again. I really enjoyed it. I will admit in the beginning, I was like, there's a lot of science talk here, like a lot of technical talk. And I thought I was like not going to get through. And I'm glad I stuck with it because then I really enjoyed it. It's about this time machine and the travels, but it really like it's about the travels that this guy takes it on, but it's more about has a lot of talks about society a lot and a lot of deeper meanings. It's a really tiny little thing, and I feel like if it's like one of those classics where you're like, I've always been, I want to revisit that. I think you'll have a good time with it. It's done really well. It's written very smart, and
So
uh,
I was gonna. Kane likes the cover. I like the
the
cover
cover.
too. What edition is that? It's very cute.
Well, these happen to be. You could tell when I can't see. Hold on, I do have these glasses here for a reason. Let's see. It is. I always. Hang on, Mary's struggling. There's a sticker over the publisher. Alma Classics, ALMA Classics. But they have a whole series of these. I want to say, where did I buy this? I want to say I picked this up at a Books a Million. But yeah, on the back alone, they have like H.G. Wells. They have The Invisible Man, um, War of the Worlds, like all with this similar cover, and it's very like matte feeling. It like feels nice to hold. So, but yeah, I enjoyed this. Let's say, I think I gave it 4 stars.
My
Yeah.
dad needs to read it. Apparently,
Yeah, I think
that
he
man
liked
forgot
Larry.
what day it was.
Yeah,
That's
Amanda,
okay.
it's okay. We're still here.
I love that you read Radio Silence and loved it so much. I read it years and years ago, and I just remember loving it. I need to reread that one.
Nice.
Thank you, Mary.
You got it. Oh, cool. I don't know if I realized there were comic adaptations of Time Machine. Nice.
Okay, he's getting so loud, so I'm just gonna turn off my camera and go yell at him real quick. Not yell
Oh,
at him.
I wish
Be
we could hear you telling him, like, can you please be quiet?
Like, just like go somewhere else.
Oh, that's funny. See, no fair. We want to hear what she's saying. All right, I get it though. Maybe while Kristen's away, I will, because these are more like art books. And Larry, I think you'll be interested in these. These are from the Hero Initiative. These are the 100 Project. Oh, Danny, if you're still here, your guy Hellboy here. But these are all. Let me show you some of the art. These are all commissions that were done that benefited the Heroes Initiative. And they obviously have themes. I have one other one that I don't want to say it's funny to say I read these. I mean, you're really just flipping through, but I finally took the time and there's all different covers from various artists. They were all given this cover to work off of. So it's just a collection of all different artists doing their versions of Hellboy. Kristen, this is the one I sent you with Jeff Lemire on, right?
Oh yeah.
I want to try to find that one because that one was really cool.
Yeah,
I know everyone's like, well, I'm not really into Jeff Lemire art. Well, I want to show you this.
Well, you're wrong. Here's why.
Well, whatever. I'm just, you know what it is. I know I'm being a little bit married right now, but I don't know why everybody uses like Jeff Lemire as like some sort of measurement for art, and like I don't understand why he's always the example of, well, people have to declare like I'm not really into Lemire's art, like as if that's some. I just I look who I'm talking to, right? Like I don't understand that.
I don't either, obviously. But I think the big thing is like these people who say it so like quote unquote traditional comic art.
Yeah.
Superhero art is what I mean.
And I get
Big
that.
two art.
Yeah.
I don't get that personally. But,
No, I'm just saying,
you can like it, but
right, but
and it's so they're seeing something that's so different than what they've seen before and judging it. That's what I think. And I think that's ridiculous. So it's,
Look at that.
I love it.
Come
I love it.
on.
Look at that smoke.
Smoke.
Come on.
Anyway, I just wanted to show that. So I finally flipped through this one, and then I also have the one for Fantastic Four. And I'll show you some of that. It's just really, these are really fun just to flip through and, you know. Oh, this is a good one. I love the Thing. He's angry there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
like it.
these books are really fun. It's funny, I flipped through them, I'm like, am I ever gonna go through them again? But then the other side of me is like, I want to get the other ones that are out there. Because every time you look up one of these 100 Project books, they're like, we're never gonna reprint them again. It's like in every description. So I'm like,
You're like, all right.
Is that true? But anyway,
that's funny.
And then I have one other physical read, Wonder City. And I know this is one you want to get to.
Yeah.
We met Jared Cullum at Heroes Con. He signed our books for us. Of course, our boy Jared, the art, it's his art. It's beautiful, amazing. No offense to Victor. I don't know how to say his last name. Fuste, possibly. I like the story. I don't know. It didn't grab me the way, and maybe it's not fair to compare it to Cody because that's the other work that we rave about, right, from Jared. So, but I think I gave it 3 stars. I enjoyed it fine, but I have to admit, if it wasn't for the art, I don't know what would have happened. But just so you could see some of Jared's awesome art. So that was that. But I'm glad I read it because we've had it since Heroes Con. And
just seeing his art and something else, like
exactly. And it kept staring at me. It was in that pile, my Heroes Con pile. So glad I got to it.
Chris just finished Cody. It's a beautiful book. Oh, I want everyone to read it.
I know.
Tell Reed to be louder. The more the merrier. I don't think you want to hear his conversation with his mom, but keep looking at those 100 cover books. Never ordered it, but almost have many times. So this year, over Street Price Guide. Into the relationship with Heroes set. I can't get a Hero Edition cover. That's sad.
That stinks.
Jeff Lemire's art is great. So is Kent's. People who like it even still feel the need to qualify it. It's a lame move. I mean, people who hate it so much make people who like it have to. You know what I mean? It's just like it's.
That's true. Yeah,
but it's dumb.
Yeah.
Cycle and Huff. Has anyone actually seen Cycle and Huff in the same room?
I bet not.
I don't think they have. Hey, William.
What's up, William?
Created a 4th Cycle Cleveland account. Nice. Maybe get it safe out there. I hope so. I need to hear his conversation with his mom. You couldn't be more wrong. It's maybe thrilling for you. I don't know. That's all I've read. You got more?
I don't have any more. Do you want to see? I just have 2 books that were for Valentine's Day that I got.
Oh yeah.
And I'm holding these up really to say that I would like to maybe get to these this upcoming week. So we'll see.
Love that.
So I had to continue with, I mess up this name, Joker 1, Operation Joker, Volume 3. I got this one.
Yeah, I need to get it.
I mean, look at baby Batman on the back.
He's so precious.
Yeah. So I picked up that. Well, Kim picked up that for me. And then I always wanted to read, this is a bit, I guess it's a blind buy in the sense that I've never read it, but everybody has always raved about it. And I always wanted it. I didn't even realize it was pretty sure it went out of print and then came back. You probably know. But I finally got my mitts on Lady Killer.
Nice.
This beautiful hardcover. Always wanted to read it. And I mean, Lady Killer.
That's a good time.
That's my jam.
Absolutely.
This art looks really cool. So it's still in plastic or else I'd show you. No, I'm not going to open it right now.
Chris says it's great.
Yeah, awesome.
Does that baby fall in the back of? Hey, David, how's it going?
Hi, David. Well,
it's a wild time.
yeah, basically, there's a baby Batman being raised by the Joker. It's very funny. I don't know, Dave, do you stay away from manga? I don't really know. I know Larry doesn't read it, but
You should read it though.
yeah.
It's a blast.
I feel like it would be David's sense of humor, right?
It's just, yeah, it's so silly. I just
Yeah.
love that it exists. Don't throw the baby out with the bat water. Nice. Didn't you get a Ollie's Hall? What's?
I had that here, but I feel like I'm talking a lot, so I didn't want to be.
Listen, I got
Okay.
no haul. So.
Okay. So I do have my Ollie's Hall here. I think I've mentioned this before that in my home where I grew up, it was like the best moment of my life. They built an Ollie's.
So good.
The best news ever I could possibly hear. So I don't go there every time I go to visit my mom, but I like because you have to let the stock like replenish in the book department, or else you're kind of just going to see the same stuff. I feel like, and I'm glad I waited. I waited like at least like almost 2 months, I think, right? Because I haven't really mentioned Ollie's, and I'm glad I did because they did have a new stock. So this is what I got, and like you mentioned, Kristen, I didn't realize like I got like a variety of publishers too. But I don't know. You didn't tell me if you read any of these? So, this book, I'm sorry, I'm gonna like focus on the prices because I just can't even believe this book was $4.99. It's I could cover my whole face with it.
Oyster War.
Oyster War. What did we read? Ooh, that was tough. By Ben Toll. I feel like we read something else.
I think you're thinking of a different Ben.
Okay. Oh, something in the attic.
Yeah, it's a different Ben. Right. Different last name.
Good.
Hartke, I think is his last name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Good old Hartke.
Oyster War, I know we had at some point. I think I tried to read it and I didn't like it.
You're like, that book sucks.
You could like it, and I understand the appeal because
look at this art.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Could be wrong. Maybe I've just seen it around. I don't know.
No, you could be very right, and that's the glory of Ollie's. It was $5.
I mean, and it's like Oni Press, right? It's a nice publisher. You can't really, it's great.
Yeah, $5. Shocked. All right. For you big two people out there, I don't know why I'm talking like a weirdo. My boy Scott Snyder, and I only say my boys because when I met him, he was so damn nice.
He was your boy.
I know he's not everybody's jam. It seems almost like the cool thing to like, pick on my boy Scott Snyder. But let's have a little respect, would we? Can we? So this is Batman. Batman the Shadow.
I was murder.
Like, this is Kristen. You tell me to put my glasses on. Okay, I'm back. Batman the Shadow. The Murder Geniuses. Do I know what it's about? No. Was it? This was $5.99.
Oh,
for this little thing.
They're like DC. Let's go.
DC. Oh. But yeah. And I'm not one of these. Put some respect
on his name.
William.
How's it cool to even hate on him?
Thank you. That's why we're pals. That is why we're pals. So yeah, I am always up for a Batman read. And I know everyone has I am not, and this is probably going to offend some of the true comic book nerds out there, but I don't believe in you can't touch that book until you read that. I got news for everybody. These are comic books. These are comic books. Yeah.
I got news for everybody.
I got news for everybody. So I know you believe in that too. So
I get getting caught up in what do I have to read before, but also whatever.
Yeah.
Just
I do understand that sometimes you can get more enjoyment out of something if you know the whole story. It's like starting from the beginning season of a series, right? Of a TV show, whatever. But you could still enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, I don't
Michael's
know.
got some opinions. It's not cool to hate on Snyder. It's just accurate to see him as overhyped. Following his work was maddening. He made every arc sound like it would be life changing. I mean, that's like his business, though, right? Like he has to
Yeah.
sell books. I don't know.
And I do listen, I have made statements about things being overhyped, but I do think that's a term that fans, readers, watchers kind of create that on our own. Like if I feel like something is overhyped, I feel like that's on me, right? Like
Like Schitt's Creek.
I was about to say, I bet I've said that Schitt's Creek is overhyped. But the next thing I say is, I
Mary.
understand that's a me problem, right?
Mary.
I've deemed it overhyped
Should you
because it's
watch Schitt's Creek?
popular. I do not.
Should you watch it?
No.
I feel like you should maybe watch it.
Oh no. This is no, you brought it up. I was going to say it's my own fault. It's your fault.
You were about to bring it up, to be fair.
Yes, as an example, I was.
Yeah.
But
Oh, Snyder once DM'd me out of nowhere after seeing I wrote a bad review of an issue of Batman. What'd he say to you?
What'd he say?
He personally overhyped every arc of his CC books and a big publicized articles and art interviews. What'd he say to you? Don't bury the lead.
You've upset Alexander. He's a big Scott Snyder
fan.
fan.
He's like, forget this. I'm out of here.
Respect cycle.
His job is literally to sell comics. What else is he supposed to say? But it's his best work yet. I mean, I get that.
All right.
Like, I like the Mary School less. Stan Lee always said every comic might be someone's first.
It's true.
Don't you bring Schitt's Creek into this, Mary? It is so good. David knows. Come on, Mary.
Listen, I respect David. I obviously respect you too.
I'm not sure you do.
Of course I do.
I question it.
You know I have this weird thing about if somebody recommends something too much or what I deem is too much, I'm out.
And it's unfortunate because I feel like it's against me that people in your life have recommended it and then I come in and liked it, but they've already tainted it for you. You know what I mean? Like,
that's so unfair to you. I understand.
It's so unfair to me.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Really unfair to me. It's about me and how unfair it is.
Oh no.
Oh look. Doggo. Yeah.
Yeah, Alexander was there's something going on in the courtyard, I guess.
That's it. I'm flying up.
Uh-oh.
So
I'm
much
in trouble.
Disrespect.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I can't remember what he said. It was an old Twitter account, but it was a short, snarky comment.
Well, I can't. Kristen made me watch it.
Kristen made me watch Schitt's Creek, and she was right.
Listen, this is your father. I mean,
okay, but my father says I'm wrong a lot.
That's true. You do argue a lot.
Yeah, that's kind of our thing.
That's all right. That's fair. Fair point.
I've only recommended it once. Mars writing a letter.
Oh my goodness.
I watch maybe 2 TV shows a year. I'm not open to recommendations.
I know, especially when it comes to TV.
Yes, Schitt's Creek sucks. You would only want to watch it, ironically, to be a hipster.
Wait, is Williams trying to do some reverse psychology on me?
No.
Oh, this is more like why William and I are like pals.
No, it's not. It's not reverse. No.
Is it? No, I think it is.
No. You should. You know what? He's right. You shouldn't watch it. You shouldn't ever watch it. Everyone who ever recommended it to you takes it back.
All right.
Do you want to watch it now?
No.
One person's overhyped is another person's mid. It's all a matter of opinion. So like what you like. Kane, but the problem is we all think she will like Schitt's Creek, but she's not letting herself. Now what Chris should be watching is iZombie. We are sort of slow binging and it's fantastic. You know what? What you should be watching is all these other shows I recommended to you, Dad.
Oh boy. Whoa.
That you're starting other shows instead, and I don't appreciate it. I've seen iZombie, by the way, just not all of it. So
I watched that when I didn't finish it, but I watched some of it when it came out. I liked it when I watched it.
Yeah, I like what I saw.
Yeah.
I worked at a CW affiliate when it was going on. So.
Oh, that's right.
It's not working. I am lying. Terrible series.
You know what show I do want to watch that you recommended, that you often recommend? Yellow Jackets. I do want to try that show.
Oh my gosh, please try it. And that's one, Dad. I told you need to be watching.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously though, I do think you'll really like that.
Yeah.
It started out so boring. You know, it does get better. That is a fair critique. That's so many first seasons too, right? Like I feel like Buffy started like kind of low as well. That first season wasn't the best.
That does happen in a lot of shows. Like I feel like they find their footing, you know?
Yeah. I like the iZombie comic. Me too. Mary, this is self-sabotage that you watch that TV show. It's freaking hilarious. Guys, you're doing the thing she hates. You're talking about how good it is.
You know what it is a little bit that bugs me, and this is made up in my head, that I know everybody's going to jump on me all over again. So I'm not going to know their names, but the dad, the real life dad, and I believe the dad in the show.
Eugene Levy, yeah.
Yes. I really like him in anything that I've seen him in, and I think he's so talented. And I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like the son, I'm sorry, he just seems annoying to me. He just does. Sorry. And again, I'm basing this on, you know, I'm probably basing this on all the fans on social media, like always jamming that like in my feed, like, ooh, you know, whether they're like posting memes or like, I don't know. It just, I don't know. That's my made up reality.
Yeah, I love him. I don't know what to say. I love him.
You're like, now I'm offended.
I mean, I knew you thought this. I did.
Yeah.
I really suspect Yellow Jacket stinks. Cycle, get out of here. You're wrong. You're wrong. I refuse to watch Yellow Jackets until Mary watches shits. Mara, you'll never watch it then. Yeah. And you need to watch it because you would love it. You should watch it right now. You're allowed to leave. Go watch Yellow Jackets.
And as if that would, Mara, I say this with love. That doesn't hurt me. Like, well, if you don't watch that, I don't care.
Yeah. Mary doesn't give a crap.
I don't care. I care about you. I don't care if you watch that show or not.
And Mary wants you to watch Yellow Jackets because it's so good. And she actually may watch it. Truly. Amazon's The English with Emily Blunt from 2 years ago is excellent. I haven't seen it.
I have not seen that either. I like Emily Blunt, though.
To be fair, I've seen the S Creek show. I've seen the memes, and those are funny. LOL. I mean, okay. The Americans, one of my favorite series from the last 10 years. Love you. And Best in Show. Best in Show is great.
Yeah.
Chris Elliott. There's such a good cast. Chris Elliott's in it. Come on. He's the mayor. He's supposed to be annoying. That is part of it, Mary. They're all supposed to be annoying because they're like these rich people who suddenly are not rich.
I could hear David yelling that. He's supposed to be annoying.
Oh, Kate's never seen it. Got it.
I understand.
Is Chris Elliott still alive? I didn't know he had a life outside of Letterman. Yeah.
Oh.
Schitt's Creek, man. Meatball. Wait, are you leaving? What's happening?
Oh, maybe she's saying like Meatball is going to come out like this.
Oh, I see. What is Yellow Jackets about? I'm so glad you asked, Danny.
Oh, here we go.
Yellow Jackets is about, so we flash back to the 90s, and I say flashback because we see present day, these girls, all this that happened in the 90s, we go to the present day as well. It's a girls soccer team, I believe, who get on a plane to go to their like state championship or whatever, and the plane crashes on an island and no one's around, so they have to figure out how to survive. Does it include cannibalism? I don't know, maybe. Is there something weird happening on the island? Yeah, probably. And are these characters like casted so well that when we flash back to the present and you see who's still alive and what they're going through now, it's the best. You have Christina Ricci as a present day girl. You got Juliette Lewis
Ah.
You got this other actress who I hadn't seen before, and she's amazing. Like, the whole cast is so good. The girls in the 90s are so good. The present day ones are so good. Like, it's all, and the casting is so well done. Like, they look so much like their younger selves to the older selves, you know? I'm like, they just really got the perfect people. It's awesome. It's awesome. So
I
check it
think
out.
I think Gore is right.
There's vibes of that. Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Ben Hackey. Did I say
That-
Harkey?
That's it,
Yeah,
Marissa. Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Did the character had a very limited what? What are you saying and
Did the
asking?
character have a like comics with them? Is this for Yellow Jackets?
Also, what character?
I don't know. I'm
Okay.
probably forgetting
Oh,
something
you still
about
can't
Lord.
type. Look at you. He's all the time in the text. He's messing up. I don't know what. This is even in the text. You can't type tonight. You got a full keyboard.
It's making all those clicky clack noises.
That's exactly what it is because
It's
it's so
messing up
loud.
his typing.
This sounds like Lost with a younger audience. No. So I've seen Lost. It's not the same. I understand the stranded on an island aspect. Absolutely.
Right.
But we already see the end of it.
Okay.
Right? Because we're going from the 90s and we're flashing back to the 90s. We're going present day.
Mhm.
So we already know who survived, what's happening. There's something that continues from the island to now that's kind of coming back. You find out who died, who didn't survive, what happened. Like, it's great. Julia Lewis is still alive. Core, how dare you? Yeah, so is Christina Ricci. What? These women are not old. I don't understand.
Gore is like knocking everybody off the planet tonight.
What's going on? For real this time, good night. Can't wait to watch the first half tomorrow at work. Mara, good night.
Good night, Mara. I'm sorry
Have a
about
nice night.
I'm sorry about the Schitt's Creek talk. I'm sorry.
All right, Kane. Okay. Here's the deal. I liked some of Lost. I did not like the end. I don't have a preference for Lord of the Fries either. I don't think it's a fair comparison just because there's an island and there's things happening on it. I'm just saying.
Kristen, you are taking the TV heat tonight.
Woo! Yellow Jackets is so good. It's so good. Mary, I want you to watch it real bad now. Like real bad.
No, I really am probably I'm not probably. I will watch it. I just don't know when. But I was interested in that.
Good.
David said Larry's tripping.
Larry is tripping.
Mike,
it's been a while. How are
great
you?
to see you.
Good to see you. I'm old and it's late. No, I disagree with both.
Larry.
Yeah, Julia Lewis is great. Let me try again, please. Do the characters have a very limited number of hardcover comics with them? No.
Is this a Lost reference or a Lord of the Flies reference that I'm forgetting about?
I think it's a reference to his video that I'm not going to plug.
Oh.
Although I guess I just did.
Wait. Well, can you tell the group now? Because I'm still spinning. I'm still confused.
10 omnis he would take on an island. Which I have a lot of problems with, Dad, and we have not talked about it, but I can verbalize it publicly if you'd like.
Larry, I just want to warn you, Larry. I know you know, like I said before, she's your daughter, but when she has the hand up like that, I lean back a little bit. Like I'm just getting ready.
This guy was like, I gotta take the humidity into consideration, but then he was like, let's bring these hefty hardcovers that warp in humidity.
Oh, Larry.
Onto an island? Like, doesn't make any sense. No, sir. Take a chunky prose, because that binding and those pages are going to hold up better. It's just, you're making no sense. No sense. Video doesn't make sense. That's all.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I didn't say Lord of the Fries, but rude.
Now that's a book I want to read.
I want to read that right now because I would love some fries. I'll try to watch the show and not otherwise watch. See what I did there? Ooh, it's called growth. You know what? Just give it a shot. And if you hate it, it's fine.
Danny, you don't even, I am full of growth. And that is why I am at a point in my life where I say, I'm not watching that, and I'm comfortable with it.
James, I'm gonna have to watch that. Thank you for that.
Oh, really?
That sounds fun.
Hmm.
I didn't realize there was a true event it was based off of. My favorite Lost moments were with Evangeline Lilly. Everything else I skipped and fast forward. Gore, you sound like my dad.
I need to watch all this Lost talk. Now I'm into watching
Mary.
Lost from the beginning. What's wrong,
Mary.
Kristen? Whoa,
Mary!
whoa! I'm scared.
Of all the things?
It sounds interesting because that was a time that's like you had to watch it, weekly when it was on.
It became a soap opera.
Okay, I'm good. I watch The Housewives of Phil in the City.
That's not the same as like a general hospital, okay? And I know my mom's gonna watch this later, who still watches GH. I'm just saying.
Hey, good for her.
Lost is amazing. I would not call it amazing with that ending. You can't. You're not allowed. It's not how that works. I liked a lot of Lost because I watched it when it came out, but it fell off.
I also, when you and Reed recently did a rewatch of Angel, that's one I would like
we
to.
We fell off.
You did fall off?
Well, it is Reed's fault because he was like, I can't do it.
Oh.
I was like, Reed.
Oh,
he may go back to it. But,
he hung in there for how many seasons?
I think we got to 2.
All right.
We got to 2.
That was probably 40-something episodes.
I was going to say
right?
That was back when the seasons were very long. Yeah, so
that's fair. That's a good. He gave it a good shot.
Well, I think what happened actually, we got to 2, and then I was like, well, if you're bored now, I can go to 5. Because 5, hey, and this is controversy, but 5, I think, is absolutely the best Angel season. They ended on a really high note. I mean, you brought Spike into it, so that was okay with me. But also, so much nonsense happened in some of those Angel seasons with Connor. Ooh. Never get over it. Okay. But I would like to watch the rest again with Reed.
Nice.
To do it. Was Angel even good after 2 seasons? I really don't remember much from it. Again, season 5 was the best Angel season.
I'm sorry if you just said this, but was season 5 the last season?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was. And Spike was in it. Was that why? Yeah. Well, some of my favorite all-time Angel episodes are in the 5th season. Smile Time, where everyone's turned into a puppet. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. For the record, no bid would hold up well in high humanity, but a sewn bind of any kind is your best bet. Not a big ol' no, I absolutely refuse. No. No, sir. Some of those can't even hold up on a bookshelf right now, okay?
These are the shows that you and your dad should do. Your reaction, like a reaction video to watching his videos with you.
Or I could just upload to my own channel, me reacting to his videos and just pausing it with commentary.
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
That's like, what's his face? The guy we like. Who does not BookTube, who does like YouTube, like he comments on Trisha Paytas and James Charles and not Peter, the young guy.
Oh, Adam McIntyre.
Adam McIntyre. That's what he does. He plays videos back and
yeah. People love reaction channels.
All of a sudden, Kristen's a reaction channel.
It's just me reacting to my dad. I love most of Buffy, but Angel's very hit and miss until season 5. I absolutely agree.
Nice.
The Faith episodes early on in Angel are also so good.
Mm-hmm.
And the Spike ones. And their stuff, but everything with Connor just... Yeah, there's some nonsense in the middle seasons, 100%.
Connor's his son, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's too bad. But yeah, most of Buffy, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, same Michelle Gellar. She was not the best one, but
I love her.
The puppet episode was hilarious. It was so good. So good.
Wait, what are David and Gore talking about? He said no one knows what that is. I wanted to see if we know what it is.
Mediterranean below deck. I don't know what that is.
Well, Below Deck that's the reality series, right? On the boats. Is that what you're talking about, or are you talking about like literary something literary? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think that's what he means.
Okay, it's not about him being annoying because I don't mind that. It's like the Dawn thing. Everybody was like, Dawn's so annoying. I'm like, she's a teenager. I don't know what you want. It's everything that happened with Cordelia and Connor. I cannot do it. So anyway.
Anyway,
Do
you want to see the rest of my ollies?
Please, I'm sorry.
No, we went off on a TV.
It became a thing.
I don't know what. It was fun. Okay, I'm not going to pretend like I definitely can't see the title of this book because of the font. Archival. Is it archival quality?
Yes.
Tell me this font's not jacked up though.
I get that. But I adore that book.
It's funny when this was $3.99 at Ollie's, and it's also Oni Press. I knew nothing about this book, but I saw it was Oni Press, and I felt like I had heard you talk about it. But it was one of those things. I'm like, she either hated it or loved it. In either way, I was interested in forming my own opinion on it.
I loved it. Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm curious to give it a read, and the art looks nice. Looks fun.
I would reread that with you. It was I remember loving it so much. Like it would be within my like top 50, 100%.
Oh wow.
I know 50 sounds like a lot, but like, what do you do? There's too many good books.
Yeah, so it says, everything you need to know is in the archives. The Logan Museum is a mysterious old building practically covered in skulls, and also the new workplace of Celeste Sell Walden, a librarian who has let go from her previous job after a mental breakdown. That's enough for me to say, hey, I want to read that.
What are your thoughts?
I feel like our friend Omnidog didn't like this book or loved it. And same thing.
Okay.
For $3.99, that's a good selling point. That's a good price point for me. Lucy in the Sky.
I don't think he read that.
I feel like, what was that? He read a Paul McCartney book
that was Paul's Not Dead, which we both hated.
I wonder if it's the same creator.
I don't think so.
No?
No, I mean that's like a YA book.
Yeah. You know how I make up stories in my head.
Yeah, I don't think Jess read that. That is a book that Freddie sent me that I need to read, actually.
This is first, second.
Yeah.
Look how cool. Oh my God, it's female Beatles. People will be so upset.
If Jess read it, that's news to me. But
yeah,
we did read that like Paul's Not Dead book together. I think it was Paul's Not Dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we both didn't like.
I remember you guys not loving it. But yeah, I mean, why not? I'll try it out for $4.
Second too. I mean,
exactly. And then finally, I guess everything was $3.99 after those last two books. I mean, the first two books. Poison Ivy Thorns. You have that too? Oh, I thought you were doing one of your book pulls.
No, I was thinking about pulling something else.
So
no, I haven't read that one.
DC graphic novels for young adults. So this is a YA story.
That's a lie. I read that.
I thought you did.
I did read that. Let me see what I rated it.
This is one I knew. I know it's on Hoopla, but I was like, listen, it's in my hand. I'm at Ollie's. Why not? That's why I love going there, because you really can pick up stuff, for such a low price, and you might find some gems. You might hate some stuff. I don't know.
Do you want to know my rating?
Oh boy. If you're asking like that, you did not like it. You gave it 2 stars.
You're right.
I know you.
You're right.
I know you.
So I do look forward to your rating. Whatever that may be.
I love to read books like this when that happens.
Yeah. I love when you read them too.
It's super fun to agree, and it's also super fun to be like, I loved it.
Yeah. And I'll be like, what happened?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Puppet episode's so good they made a comic with it. That's what I was looking at. I was like, I can hear me. It is. Yeah, Smile Time. Come on. You got the puppet. Come on. Look at him. I love it so much.
That was a
iconic moment here. Absolutely.
How's the art in that book? It looks a little
Probably garbage.
Yeah.
The art was garbage back
I
then.
mean, the puppet does look fun, but
The puppets are fine. The rest is not. Yeah, the puppets are good. I like the puppet depictions.
yeah, they
The
look cool.
rest, not so much. So,
Mm.
you know, that's usually what happened with these. Yeah. What I mean, the majority of this is puppets. You know, I will say it's not as bad as I've seen Angel Art. Actually, this isn't too bad.
Okay. Oh, is that
Although
Spike?
that bar is really low. This guy is.
Mm.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
But again, I've seen a lot of bad Angel Art. So. It is always fun talking about Buffyverse. That's right. I may have to reread Archival Quality. I thought it was okay. I'd love to know the thoughts. I
And
really
you
enjoyed Loose in the Sky.
Oh, nice. Maybe, Chris, maybe I saw I probably saw that you posted that on Instagram too. I think that was somewhere in my head.
I still need you to do Buffy reading order 1 to FOMO me, 2 to show off collection. That is the problem with it. It would FOMO a lot of people.
I think you
so
should
much
do
is out
that
of print,
though.
but yeah, I could do that. I could do that.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Because you have all that Buffy knowledge that most people do not have.
Yeah, that nonsense, you're right, is in my brain.
No, I find it interesting because, like for me, I'm like, I really enjoyed the TV show when it was on, but like I don't know it like you know it, and I've been intimidated to even look at the comics.
And it's so hard with the seasons that I think are brilliant, but because everybody's gonna want the library editions. You can't unless you're a very rich person. You just cannot. You can get some of them for good prices, but the ones that are out of print, they're all out of print, but the ones that are like skyrocketed are insane. It makes me really wish I had bought multiple copies back then.
Yeah.
Just to like be able to give to friends even, because like I will say the best bet, I've said it a few times, but in case anyone's watching, because even the trades are really out of print and like crazy prices. The single issues though are much more attainable. I see the single issues all the time in dollar bins.
Oh, isn't that weird?
You can't read it digitally. So I know single issues isn't people's things, but like,
wow,
that's the way to go.
Yeah.
So if you're looking into that and you really want to go that way, I'm telling you all the time, I find them in dollar bins. So you can read it that way. Dark Horse Buffy comics are good, depending. The seasons are good. I think if you like the Hellboy universe, you'd enjoy the Buffy comics. I don't know if anybody who hasn't watched the show would care. I can't have that, mindset, but
yeah.
Just do Buffy collection tour, show all your stuff. I might do one, but you have 5 times what I have. I would have to raid your attic as well because I know.
Oh, really?
I have Buffy stuff in their house still, 100%. I heard that Audible canceled it, and I'm real sad.
I'm sorry.
Because that first one's so good, so good. I made a video showing off single issues. I got them for a steal at my shop. The Buffy ones?
Love nice.
Them. Yeah, that's awesome.
I'll have to watch that.
The Dark Horse Comics rule. The Boom Comics drill. That's exactly right. 100% correct. I need to go back and catch up on those Buffy Boom comics because I'm sure I'll have thoughts and they're not going to be good. Sometimes you just want to hate read.
Listen, whatever brings us joy.
That's awesome. I will check out the video gore. Love that.
Yeah.
Love to hear that.
Yeah, that's fun.
Well, I have nothing else. Maybe I'll reread this. Maybe that's what I'll do.
I was, as you were flipping through it, I'm like, you're really looking at that. I can see you cracking that back open. I
haven't read it in probably years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish Boom would do something with season comics digitally. Honestly, they have to have some kind of
right.
They have to have the rights because they continued the seasons in the library editions.
Yeah, that's so
So
strange. This day and age, like you
what are they
can't read it
doing?
digitally. Like,
I mean, not even just that, but like put out a collection then, and even a compendium would be cool. Like get it
yeah.
in people's hands in some way, you know, and they would make money 100%.
Look, Alexander's
It's so
trying to
strange.
casually
Oh,
be seen. There he is.
he's like, let's go.
He's like, "What are you talking about? I'm scratching my ear."
Adorable. Well, I'm good. Are you good?
I'm good. I mean, I ran out of things.
I ran out of things too. I didn't read a ton, obviously.
Well, I know there was this illusion that I read a ton. Let's be honest here. I read a handful of single issues. We also haven't
Listen.
met in what? This is like a 2-week collection here.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 and
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
mean,
here's 2 of my books, and I read that audiobook.
that's okay. 1 a week,
You know?
plus the audio.
One of them was prose, that's something. I don't know. Maybe next week we'll have read a ton.
Maybe.
Or not.
I meant to tell you, like, I'm supposed to do a show with Jess in April.
Oh, yeah.
We were texting and he goes, you know, he was joking, but he's like, "None of that prose talk." I said, "I know you. Fair enough. Not gonna come rolling up on your channel talking about prose."
I mean, you should though, because, like, he was talking about wrestling the other day, so, like, I
Oh,
just,
yeah, man, that one
just
stream.
take it over with some prose.
Yeah. And we had to defend my wrestling, cred, right?
Yeah,
Remember, I
yeah,
was like, I know Hulk Hogan, I
yeah.
know
You're like,
Sergeant Slaughter." Well,
"Why
you
would you say
remembered
this?"
I somehow blacked out and forgot about my Sergeant
Oh,
Slaughter love. You reminded everyone.
yeah. It's
I
like, she
mean,
knows
come
what's
on.
up.
I know Macho Man break into a Slim Jim, like, I remember that commercial, like, come on.
You know what's going on.
I do, I do.
Yeah. Ladies, this was an amazing initial
Uh,
stream. I loved it. Thank you so much,
uh,
Kane.
that's sweet, thanks,
You're
Kane.
lovely. Appreciate that. Yeah,
Yeah,
none of
right,
that prose
Gore?
talk.
Corey, that's offensive, right? I
It
mean,
is
come on.
offensive.
What's
He's
funny is
offensive.
he used to read prose. Like, he admits that part, but he's like, because
Now
he
he
doesn't
just
read
has
it
too many
now.
comics. Yeah.
The guy has a
Yeah.
lot of he
He's
has
got
a
a lot of comics.
lot of books. Yeah.
Have a nice night, everybody. Thank you, Chris, and thank
You
you,
too,
everybody, for
Chris.
joining. We
Yeah, super
appreciate
fun.
it. Let us know in the comments what you're reading this week, throughout the
Yes.
next week, and we'll definitely, we should be here next week. If
Listen,
not,
barring any sickness, any
yeah,
work schedules, what else? What else? Any anxiety issues,
natural disasters. Hopefully
natural
not,
disasters,
but yeah,
commuting
anxiety issues.
delays.
Right, right. Yeah, just work nonsense generally. Yeah.
Yeah, a bad mood.
Oh, bad mood.
No, if we're in a bad mood, we really wanna come here because
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
it's fun to be here.
That's true. If
Yeah.
we're sleepy,
Oh, sleepy.
sleepy. Sometimes we're
Mhm.
eepy. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.